All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your good old boy JR coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. As always, I got my brother Brandon here that has joined me through every single pick on this crazy 2023 NFL draft. Brandon, how you feeling today, man?
Doing good, man. How about you?
I am doing good, man. I'm doing really good. We're getting closer to the end, man. We're getting closer to the end with the single picks, and then we'll have our super show on Sunday. We will keep you guys updated on what time we'll start that. But yeah, man, we're almost done. We're almost done. Two more, and then we hit the 30s, and then that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Today, tomorrow, and then Thursday, Friday, we hit the 30s, and that is it. That is all of it. Wow, you ready to get this Bengals episode started? Because
Let's do
obviously,
it.
we are going to talk about, if you see the title below, we are going to talk about the Bengals today. And the Bengals, boy, what a team. What a team. Seventh best in offense, sixth best in defense. It's no surprise, especially with all the talent that they have amassed during this draft. The picks that have hit, not just in the first, not just in the second, but in the third, fourth. They're just hitting. And that's really the true definition of a team. When you get to hit picks and then your free agents work out as well, it you're just going to be a really good football team. It's just simple logic. So, uh, you know, Joe Burrow, you know, some people have him as the best quarterback. Some people has the second behind Patrick Mahomes. Some people have him as the third, fourth, best quarterback in the league. He's doing Joe Burrow things, man. 4,475 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. The man is a surgeon when it comes to playing quarterback. I saw him play live, and yeah, it was not a fun day. It was not a fun day. Let me put it to you like that. It was not a fun day to see Joe Burrow just pick us apart a couple years ago. But the man's magical. There's no other way to put it. The man just knows how to pick you apart, and it is what it is. It is what it is. He's just one of those quarterbacks that you draft at one, and you hope he can be the franchise turning guy. And sure enough, franchise turning guy. Kudos to him. Joe Mixon, finished the team with the best rushing yards with 814 to go along with 7 touchdowns. Also, he did finish off the year with 60 receptions, 441 yards with 2 touchdowns. So a total of 9 touchdowns combined and over 1,200 scrimmage yards. And then Jamar Chase being Jamar Chase, that's why he was the best pass catcher in all of the draft in that year. Second year, another great year, 1,046 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns. He also led the team with receptions, which was 87. So that's why he was the best offensive weapon in that draft. And Cincinnati was very lucky to get him. Cincinnati was very lucky, So it is what it is. We did the show a couple years ago, Brandon. We did the show literally last year.
hmm
And, I want people to be reminded how crazy they looked at us when we said the Bengals have a better shot of coming back to the Super Bowl than the Rams. And people thought we were freaking nuts, all right? People thought we were freaking nuts. People thought we were crazy. ESPN would have heard us like, no, it's the Rams because it's Los Angeles. They have Sean McVay. They got everything in place. They're only getting better. I don't think the Rams are ever going to go back to the playoffs under Sean McVay's tenure if this keeps going. Like, if they keep missing on draft picks and they keep restructuring, if they keep handing out these deals, I don't think the Rams are going to go back to the playoffs in McVay's tenure. The Bengals, I'm very confident that they can get back to the Super Bowl before it's all said and done. I'm very confident in that. I know they can do it. That even with that old line, even with what they have, they're still a threat. They are. That's why there's a reason they have been in consecutive AFC Championship games. That's very hard to do. Kansas City is a different, but Cincinnati is just right there with them. There's nothing more to say that nobody else has said. Joe Burrow is the best thing that ever happened to this fucking franchise. Agreed?
Yeah. um, listen, yeah, whoever last year, people looked at us like we were crazy. I am on board with what you just said about the Rams because if you don't listen to Colin Cowherd on TV, he'd think the Rams is going straight to the Super Bowl this year. Fuck the NFC, they're going to the Super Bowl because the Rams have nothing wrong with them. I don't know what the fuck he's looking at, but do
Was
you
that
think?
before or after the Allen Robinson trade?
That was literally the day. He literally said that today. He was like, I think the Rams going to the playoffs. I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? What defensively, what do they have? Maybe. I don't know. But I'm like, defensively, what does the Rams have? Offensively, they barely got Matthew Stafford and they just got Cooper Kupp. That's kind of it. That O-line still sucks. They didn't really rebuild it. What the hell are you talking about? But hey, I digress. Cincinnati, right? Cincinnati.
Now, I do want to stop you there. Listen, we can't take anything what Colin Cowherd says, especially when he says that Dan Marino is not a top 15 quarterback in NFL history. I think we need to take everything he says to a grain of salt of what he says. Remember, this is the same guy that says that Peyton Manning probably doesn't deserve to be top 5 of all time. Remember that. At one point, he had Big Ben over Peyton Manning, so
he has.
You realize this, all right? Like, it's Colin Cowherd. Like, don't take everything.
I mean, if you let him tell it, LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. Like Michael Jordan just didn't fucking exist at all. Like you want to just run down Michael Jordan.
That's different, okay? Like how I feel about that debate. It hurts me because we're tarnishing two guys at that point. Like we're tarnishing two.
It's ridiculous. I don't understand it. But anyway, listen, Cincinnati. They still got T. Higgins. They still got Tyler Boyd. They still got Jamar Chase. Yeah, they lost to Samaje Perine. That's a loss. That's a big one, especially not knowing what Joe Mixon is really going to go through. That's kind of big.
With his off the field issues that have been starting to become a problem.
Yeah, it's a loss. But I think even with the secondary losing Von Bell and Jesse Bates, I got too much faith in Cincinnati to figure it out before I have any other team. Like, let's be real. If Cincinnati's offensive line if Cincinnati offensive line was just healthy last year, they'd probably be Kansas City last year. If they had a responsible right tackle, left tackle guard just to hold up enough, they'd probably beat Kansas City last year.
Yeah, no, that's not even a joke. Like, that's for real. Like,
understand the game was close. The game was close.
Understand this. Kansas City fears no one except one team. And that's Cincinnati. If Cincinnati comes in healthy, Kansas City's probably looking at each other going, we could throw our best, and it still ain't going to be. Because they threw their best 2 seasons ago. They threw their best. And they lost. They lost. And Cincinnati, to me, is just one of those teams where if that single unit gets better as the season progresses, listen, I think even if you were to get Andy Reid in a private room, you'd be like, the best thing that ever happened was they came up with a banged offensive line. Because if they were even halfway decent, that would suck. That would suck because they would have no answers at that point.
I think a lot of people don't understand this, that this is a rivalry. You've tried to make it to Buffalo. You try to make it all these other
Baltimore.
teams. It's Kansas City and Cincinnati. You know why? Because unlike Buffalo or unlike Baltimore, Cincinnati actually has a quarterback that can actually outplay Patrick Mahomes.
And, I do want to bring in a comment that Carson Palmer said that, I don't know. I mean, I know what he was trying to say, and I know people kind of took it the wrong way, where he believes that Joe Burrow is probably a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes because Joe Burrow's traditional pocket thing, and
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes is more gimmicky. I don't think he was wrong in that aspect, but I don't think he deserved to get the slack that he did.
yeah, that
I
was
think it
kind of
depends on
crazy.
what you're looking for. I
Yeah,
think it just depends on what you're looking for,
yeah,
personally.
yeah. I didn't like that either. I saw that. I saw that clip just recently. I'm like, why are people getting mad at what he said? I get it. Patrick Mahomes is such a great player, and I get that. But we're not gonna sit here and act like if Joe Burrow doesn't win a championship in 2021 against the Rams, that this shit is not a conversation.
No, this is a conversation still.
It's like I
Like,
get it. Patrick Mahomes is
put
great.
it like this. For a few seasons, it was Patrick Mahomes' league, and it still is.
Still is.
But
But
there's one man, if there's one man that is literally breathing down his neck as far as quarterback play, as far as rallying the team, it's the guy that's in Cincinnati.
and
Like,
I
yes, Patrick Mahomes is probably the best quarterback. And no, I'm willing to say that he is the best quarterback in the league because I've seen him
we
live. All
we
right.
were ever talking.
I've been seeing him live for a minute now. Dude, he's phenomenal. He's magical. He's everything that you expect him to be. But let's not act like Joe Burrow doesn't exist and is not right behind him.
I
If
think
Joe Burrow wins a Super Bowl, at this point, it's like,
here's the thing. They're both 1-1. Take the reins out. Because Joe Burrow wasn't even in the league when Patrick Mahomes won that title. So take the reins out. They're right now in playoff competition 1-1.
and you don't want to
And
get to regular season. Joe
it's,
Burrow
it's not
dominated
close.
regular season.
It's not even close. So for me, it just feels like, and I'm one of the rare few people that think it's going to be super fucking hard for Kansas City to get to the Super Bowl this year. I think it's going to be extremely hard for Kansas City to repeat. I just don't see it.
It's hard. You know this better than I do. It's hard to repeat in the NFL. It's
It's
very
hard to
hard to
repeat.
repeat.
It's hard to repeat, especially when you have lost the weapon like a Tariq Hill. You made up for that last year because Eric Bieniemy. Now he's gone. I want to see what you're going to really be. Because I don't give a shit what people want to say. Well, Andy Reid called the plays. Okay, we're going to see because Matt Nagy is not an offensive coordinator. I saw Matt Nagy in Chicago. He could barely get Mitchell Trubisky to throw the ball down the field.
And I think that's the crazy thing. I think the crazy thing about this is that I don't know it's because of people are scared of change. I don't know if people are scared of like the unknown. And I don't think nobody was ready for the Cincinnati Bengal rise. But me and you, when we did the first mock draft show together, we looked at each other and we said, listen, I don't know if Cincinnati's going to be any good or not. But to be honest with you, they're building. And they're building quick and they're building great. We didn't expect now, I didn't expect it to be so quick, but I knew eventually if it works out, then hey, they're going to be a competitive team. I'm going to be the first one to tell you, I did not see this. I did not see where it's like, oh yeah, they can easily get. God forbid Cincinnati gets the number 1 seed next season.
It can happen.
Go there.
It can happen.
I don't, especially with the way this played down the stretch. I mean, really, really think about this. We were talking about yesterday about that
Mm-hmm.
Monday night matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Had that game not stopped, Cincinnati would have embarrassed Buffalo so bad. It would have been a conversation of, yeah, no, Joe Burrow has overtaken Josh Allen. Yeah, Josh Allen has a strong arm and he does everything for this offense. That's great. It's not even close anymore. You can't get a Patrick Mahomes. You better hope you can get a Joe Burrow.
And my thing is this. I picked Cincinnati that game for a reason. I said Cincinnati's going to be Buffalo. They're going to get the number 1 seed. Everybody's going to go through Cincinnati. If that game doesn't get stopped, they get the number 1 seed. This is a way different conversation.
You think Kansas City wanted to go to Cincinnati?
Hell no.
Nobody wants to go to Cincinnati right now. I don't.
And it just, I think a lot of people, listen, I get it. People, like we always say, people got to talk. They got to say something to make it compelling on TV. But let's be real for a second. Josh Allen is third, maybe fourth, fifth on a just depending on who in the AFC. Josh Allen's not on Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes level. He's just not. Sorry to tell people that. I know Buffalo Mafia is gonna be mad, but you know, goddamn well, Josh Allen's not that guy.
Take the fandom out for 1 second
They fan him out
and really look back and be like, shit.
You got the third best quarterback on a good day. Everything's got to go completely, utterly wrong for Cincinnati and Kansas City to lose to Buffalo. Josh Allen's got to be damn near perfect to beat them. It's two different damn things. It's two different things.
And I get it. I get where people are saying it's like, well, I mean, and here's the deal. Like, you can't even throw the defense argument in there because Buffalo's got a good defense. Kansas City, they don't have the top-notch defense, but it's a solid defense.
It's decent.
You know, with Cincinnati, it's not Joe Burrow's fault that he came into this situation where they had all the cap space and they got free. They invested in their defense through the draft, and it worked out. Don't you want that for your young quarterback to not have all the pressure? And here's the thing. This is where I'm getting at. Logan Wilson, second-year man out of Wyoming, another stellar year. His rookie year was amazing. His second year was even stellar than that. 123 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and 1 pick six. You know this name very well. I mean, you were very upset when he left. Trey Hendrickson, he is literally 8 sacks. He is literally dominating. Believe me, Myles Garrett is great, but Trey Hendrickson is right there. Like, he is really good. Now, he's a really good football player. Now, Von Bell, Jesse Bates, 4 interceptions. Now, they're both gone. But to be honest with you, it doesn't even matter to me that they're gone. Because here's what they did. Here's what they did last year. They drafted Drax Hill out of Michigan, who was a corner/safety. And now at this point, with everything how it's working and how the offseason's been going for the Bengals, Drax Hill could just be like, all right, man, you're a safety now. Go back there. And it's still having like another corner, but just deep. And it's the crazy thing about it. It's what they did in free agency was, to me, at least outstanding. Jermaine Pratt is back. Max Sharping is back. Drew Sample is back. Trent Taylor, special teams wide receiver. Trayvon Williams, amazing third down back. And then Michael Thomas, no, not that Michael Thomas, the safety Michael Thomas is back with the Bengals as well. So there you go. Michael Thomas and Drex Hill is your your starting safeties. Now, is that impressive? Is that going to be better than Von Bell, Jesse Bates? No, but at least you get consistency. And then look at this. Last year, what did they do? They signed 2 offensive linemen right away, center guard. Well, you know what they did this year? Orlando Brown. That's what they did.
By the way, stolen from Kansas City.
Yeah. Nick Scott, the former safety for the Rams, he's now in Cincinnati. Irv Smith, the tight end for Minnesota, is now in Cincinnati. Who, by the way, is probably not going to be a better tight end now because Joe Burrow's throwing him the football. Watch Irv Smith go off.
If he stays healthy.
If he stays healthy and Irv Smith go off, it is no surprise. It is no freaking surprise, man. Sidney Jones, who was with the Raiders for about 6 games and actually had some decent games, is now with the Cincinnati Bengals. And then Cody Ford, who, by the way, was a good offensive lineman for Arizona, is now coming to play for the Cincinnati Bengals. So, again, we're looking at a situation now. We're literally looking at a situation now where Jonah Williams, Cody Ford, Alex Kappa, Ted Karras, and Orlando Brown at the right tackle position, where he was an actual All-Pro. You don't think out of all the reasons now, that offensive line I just named you, What makes you think Cincinnati's going to get? What makes you think Cincinnati can't go back to the Super Bowl? And by the way, their young core is still intact. Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. I just named you the wide receivers. I just named you the tight end. The running backs, they're going to be fine. They can always pick up another one.
Yeah.
What's to say they don't get Jamar Gibbs in the fucking second round?
Yeah.
Who's to say they don't get the kid from UCLA? As long as Joe Burrow's upright, Cincinnati has a chance. The only way to kill this team is to kill their heart, is to stab them and kill them in the heart. And that is Joe Burrow. That's the only way. And with the offensive line I just named you.
Good luck.
Yeah. All right. Have fun with that. All
Good luck.
pros and pro bowlers across the fucking line. Have fun. I'm gonna give this offseason for the Cincinnati Bengals an A+. Again, you address your needs. You're gonna have to build through the draft a little bit more. But the way they've been drafting and the way the free agency market has been working out for them, no doubt they're gonna get this shit right. The floor is yours, Brandon.
I said it yesterday, A+. That didn't change my persona on it. I mean, yeah, it's A+, man. I mean, this is a scary Cincinnati team, man. The building of Cincinnati is scary into itself, right? It's scary into itself. I mean, next year Joe Burrow is going to have to get paid, and then we're going to see how that looks. But for right now, this is scary. This is a scary.
And let's not say for 1 second that right now Jalen Hurts is the highest paid player. Okay, at $51 million. For now. Joe Burrow is going to reset if he gets to another AFC Championship game, and maybe he goes to the Super Bowl and he wins it next year, best believe Joe Burrow is going to reset the hell out of the quarterback market.
Even if he just gets to the Super Bowl, he ain't got to win it. Just get there. He's resetting the market. It's not even close. I can see them waiting for Justin Herbert to sign just to see where he's at, and then they set like him. Like, that's what I think. They're going to wait till Justin Herbert gets signed, and then they're going to sign Joe Burrow. That's what they're going to wait to see.
Remember, we're talking about two quarterbacks that came out in the same draft class, and we're waiting for one. I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be very interesting to see how much Lamar gets paid, how much Justin Herbert gets paid, if Tua gets extended. These are names that we're going to have to look at a year from now and be like, damn, Joe Burrow's going to have to get paid. Right now, I'm more comfortable saying if anybody deserves to make Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes money, yeah, it's this fucker right here.
It's that guy.
It's this guy, son of a bitch.
That guy over there. Yeah, that's he deserves it. I mean, but I think they're gonna see how Tua, if Miami is going to be extended, and they're gonna really sign him, Justin Herbert, because then you're gonna say, well, I got drafted before all of them. I was the first pick. He was the 10th, and he was the 11th. So I think I should get paid the most.
No, it went 1 Burrow, 5 went
Burrow.
Tua, 6 went Herbert.
Yeah. Wait.
Mike with the Joe Cool gonna get that Brinks truck. Yes. No. Yeah, I mean, if Deshaun Watson's getting guaranteed money, I bet Joe Burrow better be like.
But Joe Burrow could also do a team-friendly deal too, just to keep Jamar Chase, because he knows he's coming up the year after next. So it's like
T. Higgins, all these guys. I mean,
Higgins too. He'll be up next that same year. So I don't know. He might take a team-friendly deal.
I don't know. I mean, he's gonna but best believe he is gonna get his money's worth. He is gonna get his money. That is for sure. Look, I got nothing else to say other than Cincinnati is doing everything they can in their power to go back, to go forward.
We used to make jokes about Bill Belichick saying that nobody wants to say on to Cincinnati now because that shit don't sound the same. That shit does not sound the same.
I don't want to go on to Cincinnati. I don't want to go to. I don't want to be on to Cincinnati. I don't want to, bro. I don't want to, bro.
want to stay here in Cleveland. I don't want to go on to Cincinnati. I'm good.
Can we say like we're on to Houston or something? I don't want to
Yeah.
go. I don't want to be on to. I don't want to be on with Cincinnati. Like I'm good,
I'm
bro.
on to Tennessee. I'm on to Tennessee. You have
You
Cincinnati coming up.
know,
I'm on to Tennessee. I'm on to Tennessee.
I don't want to be on to Cincinnati. Fuck that, man. No, and I'm being serious. The Bengals did everything right. They did it. I think what it is like for us, the fans of the way the teams are built. Like we respect this type of buildup because they did it. I guess in some the old school way. You took your franchise guy, you build around him, you hit on the other drafts, you got what he needed, you assign what he needed, you keep rebuild, you keep reloading. You're a consistent winner now, and I think we appreciate that because the draft picks are working. Everything's going good with them. Is there some things that they need to clear up? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, we're not going to just over bypass the fact that Von Bell and Jesse Bates went to the NFC South. Two different teams, obviously. One went to the Panthers, one went to the Falcons. Hey, it happens. It just happens to work out like that sometimes. It
Yeah.
is what it is. But I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, is it an easy fix? No. But is the Cincinnati Bengals light years ahead than they were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago? 100%. 100%. So again, I got no problem with it. I think this is a good team. I can't wait to see how this turns out for Cincinnati. And really, what it really comes down to is, you know, now all eyes are on them. I think that's where the pressure comes in. All eyes are on them. And I don't know, man. I mean, I just hope they don't read the clippings. I hope the coaching staff can keep doing what they're doing and just keep their heads down and just play football. Because I'm going to tell you, I mean, it sucks that Cincinnati's this good this fast, but it's very exciting to see. Like, it's very good to see that Joe Burrow was the right answer the whole time. So kudos to him. And he's proven everybody wrong. He's proven a lot of doubters wrong. He's proven a lot of well, yeah, but he was Ohio State, then he transferred to LSU, and what kind of person just quits on a program and goes to another one, especially a tougher conference, and then they ended up just having the best season, LSU having the best season in like recent college football memory. I mean, Georgia just did the whole thing too, but I mean, we got to remember
Not like,
LSU kind of
not like LSU.
not like LSU, bro.
Not
Like,
like.
see, at least LSU was dominant from like beginning to the end.
Not like LSU.
So,
We had
yeah,
maybe two games. We had like two games that we were kind of like maybe we could lose. Texas on the road, and then we kind of like just outscored Texas. And then what? Then we played Alabama on the road, and then when we beat Alabama, we were like, oh yeah, nobody's beating us. We're good.
that was it.
We were like,
That was
we're good. Nobody's beating us.
Alabama. Like, yeah, LSU was just dominant that year. And again, it's just a credit to what Joe Burrow really means to teams. Joe Burrow is that dude. And there's nothing else. There's nothing else more I can say other than Joe Burrow is that dude. Now, does he have a little help? Absolutely. Who wouldn't want a Jamar Chase? Hell, I wanted a Jamar Chase. Hell yeah. I would love a Jamar Chase. But we were picking 11 that year. So, no, we were picking 17. I knew we had no shot. All right.
I mean, well, if Atlanta would have picked and traded out of that pick, you probably could have got him.
Yeah, but Atlanta, they wanted that best offensive weapon,
They got him.
Oh, they got him all right.
They got him.
They got him on the bench. They got him on the medical training bed. They got him, anywhere but the football field. No. Anywhere but the football field. That's where they got him. That's where they got him. So, I mean, overall, this team, I mean, yeah, I'm just going to say it's an elite team. It's a very elite team. And again, they revamped the line. They signed some safeties. They got some more weapons. They restructured everything that they had to restructure. And the main core of the defense is still there. Hill, Reeder, Trey Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard, Logan Wilson, Jermaine Pratt. Now with Sidney Jones, Awuzie, Drax Hill being there now, he could play slot, safety. They can ask him to do whatever they want. I mean, yeah, there's always room for improvement. It's just now you look at the Cincinnati roster and you're like, man, what can I give you? So it's just very weird. It's just very weird. So
yeah.
It's just like I had a hard time, but I finally made my pick. So so here we go, Brandon. Who do you have going at pick number 28 for the Cincinnati Bengals?
Okay. All right. For pick, hold on. All right. Pick number 28 in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals will select Brian Branch, safety, Alabama.
Oh God. Oh no. How disastrous.
I feel like, yeah. Listen, yes, Dexter Hill could go back and play safety. I like Nick Scott. I like Mike Thomas. They sound great. They sound good. I just feel like they need to go safety. They need to go safety. Dexter, now Sidney Jones can play a hell of a slot, and I think he could beat a slot corner. But we shall see how that looks because let's be honest, Eli Apple is just not it. He's just not it. But definitely you need a safety, and I think that is something that they desperately need. I think, like you said, I think they drafted Dexter Hill knowing that Jesse Bates or Von Bell could leave next year. I don't think they expected both to leave. I think they thought Jesse Bates may leave. They could kind of get Von Bell back. But when he left too, it's kind of like, oh, well, it is what it is. I think you bring in a Brian Branch.
How crazy is it that Cincinnati could be like, it is what it is. And it's like, yeah, let's just get Brian Branch. Okay, cool.
Branch. I mean, that's obvious there. That's obvious. I mean, to literally give that defense.
In your world, yeah, he's still available. In mine, he's gone. He's gone. He's a Charger. He's a Charger. No Christian Kirk or Zay Jones is going to get behind that guy anymore. Like, no way. No way.
Imagine having Brian Branch just sitting out there waiting for somebody just to imagine. Oh, I'm sorry. That is just a scary sight. Now Allen Robinson's with Pittsburgh. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, good luck with that. I just this is not good.
I can always get another wide receiver. What about my possession? What about my possessions?
You should have caught that ball. You fucked up. You should have caught that ball. What is wrong with you? Yeah, but I got Brian Branch going to the Cincinnati Bengals. I think him also being a part of this Alabama winning culture, that will also make Cincinnati feel like they got somebody they can trust in certain big moments. So I think that's why I also went with him.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a great pick. That's a hell of a pick, man. I like this pick, man. It would suck for the rest of the competition.
Oh, yeah, the rest of the league sucks. Oh, yeah, the rest of the league is going to get destroyed. I don't care about the rest of the league's feelings. We care about feelings. We care about feelings over here.
Like, okay, if you get away from that defensive line, okay, you're lucky. If you get past the linebackers, you're putting yourself in danger because now you have two safeties who are ready just to kill. If you're a running back in that situation. So it's like, dude, like, what?
Yeah, that's bad. That's scary.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yeah, so like I said, I looked at this roster for Cincinnati, and it's like, man, could have I given them Dalton Kincaid? Maybe. Could have I given them maybe a safety? Maybe Antonio Johnson, Skinner from Boise State. Maybe. But the more I looked at it, it's like, and you brought up a good point. I like Sidney Jones, the corner. All right. Yeah, he could play outside, but I think he's better inside.
Yeah.
And Awuzie is a nice veteran, but that's what he is, a veteran. what Cincinnati's truly missing is a straight cover corner. They're missing a straight cover, like just
Damn sure.
straight.
Because damn sure ain't
Take out
Eli
number
Apple.
one. Take out that number one.
Yeah.
Take out the number one. Let everybody else work what they got to do. And trust me, things are going to go right their way. So I think for me, I think it was a pretty obvious choice. So with the 28th pick, and this year, you'll like this, with the 28th pick in this year's draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Deontay Banks, the cornerback out of Maryland. You give Cincinnati Deontay Banks, man, let me tell you. Let me tell you something. That would be messed up for the rest of the freaking league.
See, why I don't care about people's feelings.
I don't care about your number one or number two. I don't give a shit. Someone's going down. Now, is he probably the best corner in this year's draft? No. But is he a good corner in general? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. You give Deontay Banks to Cincinnati. I'm going to tell you this right now. That defensive coordinator is going to. Let me tell you something. I love that defensive coordinator that Cincinnati has over there. I really freaking do, man. All right, that's a dude that is putting everything that knows how to teach very well as well. And I'm going to tell you straight up, you give Deontay Banks to Cincinnati, they're going to tell him immediately, your assignment is just to cover their guy. Cover your guy. Let everybody else do what they have to do. You're just going to cover your guy. You're going to give your guy hell all day. Push him, chuck him, tackle him, get dirty with him, pull his face mask, do whatever it is you got to do to intimidate him. Deontay Banks falling to Cincinnati would be a God blessing in disguise. Hell, Brian Branch falling to Cincinnati would be a blessing in disguise. Like, we don't care. Apparently, we don't care about feelings up in here, man.
We don't care about feelings.
You're going to get knocked out. Could you imagine now what a game changer Brian Branch would be if Kelsey's trying to go up the middle and there's Brian Branch just waiting for him?
Oh, good God. Yeah.
Can you imagine now? And that's something I would love to see. It's like, because Deontay Banks is going to get it right away. I mean, look where he's at. He's going to have to Jay. He's going to have to either cover Pickens, Allen Robinson, or Deontay Johnson. And he's going to have to cover Amari Cooper twice.
Do I
think he's up for the challenge? Do I think he's up for the challenge? Hell yeah, I think he's up for the challenge.
Yeah.
And he's only going to get better every week. So, me personally, Deontay Banks to Cincinnati would be like a godsend to where I think what Cincinnati's missing is turnovers.
Yeah.
And Von Bell, Jesse Bates combined for 8. The rest of the team had 3.
Damn.
They need turnovers. They need to win the turnover battle. They could stop them. That's not
they
not
get
the
the
problem.
quarterback. Yeah, they get the quarterback. That's not the problem.
The problem is they need to cause some more turnovers. And I think adding a Deontay Banks will get a little bit more turnovers. And then you obviously want Joe Burrow to have the ball as much as he can. So I got to go Deontay Banks here with the corner out of Maryland.
I mean, I took him last night, so you know.
Buffalo or Cincinnati would really appreciate this at this point.
Yeah, I think Buffalo and Cincinnati is like, thank you. Like, appreciate it. Thank you. like, you think we could get him? Like, you think we could get him? Really? That's a lot of fun.
I think they can. I think they can if everything goes their way. I think a lot of people are not really like high on Deontay Banks.
Yeah.
So I think teams like here where it's like, okay, if we need a corner, this is the best one available, and he's the best looking tape dude right now. Not to say that Emmanuel Forbes, Tyreek Stevenson, Jay Ward,
Cam Smith,
Riley Moses, Cam Smith, Kelly Ringo. Not to say that those guys can't be good corners either, but it's just out of all the tape you look at, you're like, yeah, Deontay Banks is probably up there.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of people that probably didn't watch Maryland a lot last year, you're probably going to be shocked that he kind of can go in the late first round. But it's only if you didn't really watch fucking football last year. Like if you really didn't watch Maryland last year, you would be surprised. Like, who's that? But it's like, yeah, you didn't watch. You didn't pay attention.
That's the thing. I don't think people understand how special it is. Go watch him, folks.
Yeah.
He really is that special type of player. He really is that good. So
go watch him play against Ohio State. Go watch play against Ohio State. You'd be like, wow. like, wow. This is different.
And remember, he was guarding Marvin Harrison Jr., who guarded to be the best wide receiver in next year's draft class. He did play against him, folks. And watch the tape and then come back to me and tell me how you think he did against Marvin Harrison Jr. Okay? It's no surprise. Now, if he could fall to the second, and he's there for the Raiders, please make my dream come true, baby.
Why are you helping him? You just if he falls in the second round, like who says he doesn't get past? Who says the Saints don't take him?
Shush, man. Shush, man. Shush.
Like, nah.
You already took my quarterback. Let me have this one. All right. You already took my quarterback. Let me have this one. All right. Let me get this one. Right?
You can have your quarterback back. You want a quarterback back? You can take that.
You took our franchise leader. Please let me get this back.
we can swap. You can have that car back. We can take Banks.
Hey, we're just joking. Come back. I'm telling you, man. No, I really, like I said, I like the kid, and it's going to be interesting to see how it shapes up for him. But I have no doubt in my mind. I think he's actually going to be a really good football player. I really do. I can't wait to see how it works out for him. Wherever he goes, I just hope he gets a shot to show what he's actually worth,
Yeah.
So, like I said, so just to recap, Brandon has taken Brian Branch, the safety out of Alabama, to be with Drax Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I took Deontay Banks, the corner out of Maryland, to be the new cover corner for Cincinnati, which would be totally unfair for the rest of the league. But hey, whatever, man. Whatever. That's just the way that it goes sometimes. All right. That's just the way it goes.
And I promise.
Yeah, it ain't my fault. Like, it ain't my fucking deal at this point. Like, ain't my deal. So we'll see how it goes. So that's going to do it for today's episode for Cincinnati. We will be back tomorrow. So we're going to be talking about the 49ers, the losers of the NFC championship game. And really, what a... How do I mean, it's a very tragic way the season. I mean, not to sound dramatic, but I mean, it's just,
it's very dramatic. Tragic? I don't say tragic. I think it was...
I would say very unlucky. How about that? Trey Lance went down. Jimmy G went down. You got Brock Purdy. And then he went down. And then, your backup went down. You had to put Brock Purdy back in. It just put it like this. We were all looking forward to that NFC Championship game, and it just turned out to be a complete disaster. It just turned out to be a complete, utter disaster.
Yeah. There's
no other way to put it, folks. That's just what it is. So I have no idea. I have no idea on how this could have, and I get it. Injuries happen. It sucked that it happened at the worst possible time. But then again, you don't put a tight end to block Hassan Riddick. Like, that's probably not a smart idea.
It wasn't a smart idea. That was really, that wasn't the best Kyle Shanahan move I think I've ever seen. I mean,
I've seen worse, but it's up there.
Worse. I've literally seen a whole half where he just forgot how to run the football in the Super Bowl.
Right.
So it's not his worst move.
But it's up there. It's
It's
totally
up
up.
there. Oh, it's top three. It's top three. Like,
Like, oh wait, you put your backup tight end to. You didn't even put George Kittle. Like you put your backup tight end to block Hassan Riddick. Yeah, that was gonna work. Yeah, that was good.
yeah. Yeah.
And the crazy thing about the whole Brock Purdy thing, which I knew from the get go when people were like, he'll be back," and I was like, wait, you know what type of injury this is, right? This is a type of injury that pitchers fear. The year to recover and then the year to throw again. Um, people are saying, he'll be back for 2023. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you if he plays 2023, it ain't gonna be 100%. I'm telling you that right now.
This is we saw two injury. We saw the same injury in two different quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen. I'm gonna just leave it as that. That is how much Brock Purdy is going to be fucked up for most of the year. Like Matthew Stafford could barely throw the fucking ball the entire year.
Barely throw the football. He could barely put on his sleeve on his jacket.
Josh Allen got hit like that, and Buffalo season literally went out the fucking window.
Yeah, I like I said, if he takes the field in 2023, consider that a freaking miracle. But I'll tell you this, he's not 100%.
He's not.
He's not 100%.
He's not.
You literally have to give him a year to recover and then probably 6 to 8 months to throw. So it's just one of those things. Like I said, I feel bad for Brock Purdy because I think, it's a nice story. Mr. Irrelevant. He did what he had to do. And you thought finally that maybe San Francisco finally found something at quarterback. And then just like that again, and now San Francisco's hitting into an era now where you bring in Sam Darnold, you have Trey Lance, you're stuck in the middle again at quarterback. What do you do exactly? What do you do if you're San Francisco? So I'm going to say this. I know what to do. Because remember, I'm all about solving problems. I know what to do. You guys are not going to like it, but I know what to do. So you guys tune in tomorrow. We'll talk about the San Francisco dilemma. But just remember, we are picking for the Brandon's team, actually. The New Orleans Saints over here. I'm sure you're excited about that. And, are you happy to be back in the first round? Well, you are in the first round twice, technically. It's just,
Yeah.
You decided. Decided to give Philadelphia more help. Good job, bro. Good job, man. Thanks. Thanks, man.
We're not gonna bring that up. We're not gonna bring that up. Yeah. Tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, you gave a good team even more firepower to become better. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot.
Tune in tomorrow.
What sounds as a Saints fan, Brandon? Tell me what sounds better to you, 10 or 29? What number do you like more right now?
It's still the first round.
All right. Yeah. Such a general manager answer. Such a GM answer that you just gave me. Oh my god.
Still the first round. It's still the first round.
These fuckers. Oh my god. By the way, that pick, that San Francisco pick, it wasn't even theirs to begin with. So this is pretty much what happened. It was Miami's.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was San Francisco's first.
Mm-hmm.
Then it went to Miami.
Yeah.
Because they did the trade. Remember, Miami went up, and then San Francisco took their spot to get Trey Lance. And then a year later, Miami trades that to Denver for Bradley Chubb. Then the Broncos said, no, because just because we don't have, we're so happy to be back in the first round and we're going to need all the help we can. We need a new head coach because the one we had originally sucked so bad. We're willing to waste draft picks to get this motherfucker. So we're going to trade him to the Saints to get Sean Payton to come aboard to be the new head coach of the Denver Broncos. And that's how the Saints are back in this position. Did we catch all that? Did we catch all that?
Yeah, then we got it all.
I have never seen one pick to move around. No, you make the selection. No, you make the selection. I'll make the selection. What number are we doing again? Like I've never seen a draft pick move so much through so many teams in a span of like 2 seasons. I'm like, dude, this pick is freaking believable. Everybody's had their hand in this pick. If you haven't, good. Stay away from it. Just let it be. Let it be. So, like I said, tomorrow we'll talk about the San Francisco 49ers. But we will make the selection for the Saints. And then Thursday, Friday, we will talk about the Super Bowl participants. On Thursday, we will talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. Friday, we'll talk about Kansas City. And then from there, we will get ready for Sunday for a Super Mock Draft Show. And then we'll go from there. But until then, everybody, I want you all to have a wonderful night. Please take care of yourself. Be safe. We will see you guys tomorrow. The Saints are now on the clock, and Brandon is so ready for this. He's so ready for this. So I cannot wait. So Brandon,
you see the excitement on my face. It's so it's so fun.
What do I want to give the New Orleans Saints? What do I want to give the New Orleans Saints right now?
A quarterback.
I can't do that, man. You already got one. You got 2. Can't give you another one.
Quarterback.
I can't get you another one. However, I can get you something good, though. I'll get you something good. I promise.
Good God, this sucks. All right.
All right, man. Let's be safe. Thank you for tuning in. Mike, thank you for tuning in as always. Take care, everybody. Peace.